right? Through thick and thin, just staying there and believing us and putting their trust in our company. So I want to say thank you for doing that. God bless you and reward you. And this award is dedicated to all of you as well, those who work in our company. I've written several articles for Forbes. This is one of those articles. You can go read them. There are a lot of values in them. This one is 6 tips for building your real estate into an empire. You can screenshot the URL link, and at your own time, you can then go and read the article. I have this other one, 5 tips to maximizing real estate investment as a buffer, okay, against inflation. And it's very, very important to read these articles, because I keep saying, one of the edge I have is those who are ahead of me in the real estate sector. I constantly go read what they are writing. I'm listening to them. I'm reading their own articles, and it helps me to be wiser and to be better as well. So you want to do that. I think that's very important. These articles, pros and cons and best practices for real estate investment for 2023. Another beautiful article I've written. They're all on Forbes website. But if you click this website, you'll be able to read it. Diversification, the key to building transgenerational wealth. So again, screenshots at your leisure, go watch them. So we recently this year launched a $5 million business grant for small businesses, where we give $5,000 to 2 to 3, 4, 5 SMEs every month. So our goal is that in the next 5 years, we will have given 1,000 SMEs, $5,000 each. So if you're involved in those categories, feel free to apply. If you see, because we focus on different categories per time. So these are previous recipients. I think we've given 10 people right now. And every month we have new applicants getting. Okay. I believe so much in charity, so we do a lot of that as well. And I think it's important to any business. It's not just about your company making money. It's also about giving back to the society and being a very responsible company. So today we're going to be looking at how to use effective communication and negotiation skills to building, a massive success when it comes to selling as a real estate agent. Effective communication strategies to closing deals, building trust and rapport with clients, overcoming objections, and handling challenging situations. We're then going to wrap it up with the art of negotiation. So effective communication. This is very important. Well, for you to have effectively communicated, advanced professional image, better response from all stakeholders. So ask questions from everybody involved, quick in problem solving, strong decision making. Okay, it enhances, of course, more productivity, consistency in the workflow. Okay, effective communication also does more than that. One of the things that effective communication will do for you is that it aids, and I keep saying this, that it's important to know that communication is not one way, it's both ways. So you can't say you're an effective communicator until you've heard from the other party. So strong business relations and better control, right? So these are very important factors. So let's quickly, I'm rushing because I only have about 30 minutes with you guys. I have another training starting by 6 for those who are based in the UK. I'm going to be sharing a pre-event has 2 events. We have the dinner by 5, but in the morning of Saturday from 11 to 4, we have a training on how people can build massive wealth in the real estate sector. It's called the Real Estate Investment Masterclass. And it's specifically going to be using UK as a case study. Others can attend the event outside of UK. It's a hybrid event, physical and virtual. but it's going to be amazing. So I'm just going to do a pre-event by 6 p.m. So I have to wrap up this by the next 30 minutes so I can prepare for that and then be part of that. So let's look at 7 C's of effective communication for successful leadership. Now, I need you to know that leadership is not tied to. Leadership just means being ahead. So if you are going to sell property to me, I expect you to be ahead. Okay? In other words, you're supposed to know more about real estate than I do. Now, sometimes people are ahead, but they're quite arrogant. They are not effective in their communication. And that gets in the way of the transaction actually being closed and you having an effective, sales being done. So you have to look at those factors. So number one is being conciseness, right? You have to be concise. Oftentimes I've seen people trying to talk and they just go on and on and on and on and on and on. You being concise in your conversation goes a long way in creating an environment for better sales. Sometimes client is not asking for something, but you choose to tell them. I don't think it makes sense, right? When I try to do sales, I focus on what are the key information that the customer needs to make a decision to buy my property. Okay? Anything that is not going to aid them buy my property, I don't think is necessary. So just talking doesn't make sense. What exactly are we going at? What's the objective? Be concise. Number 2, clarity. Okay? This is my objective from this particular training or this particular conversation. Hello, sir. How are you today? So my name is Dr. Stephen Akintayo. I work with GText Holdings and I've been asked to call you or you responded to our adverts. My goal is to help you understand our offer, and I'm hoping at the end of this conversation, you will have all the information to be able to make a purchase decision. How many of you agree with me that that's very clear? Okay, if it's clear, just type clear. I need to also, I've oftentimes asked this question so that I'm also sure that you guys are listening to me and all is going well. Right? So just type clear if it's clear. Now, that's the level of clarity that needs to get into conversations when you're trying to sell. So the culture of just modeling everything up doesn't make sense. From get-go, you want to even tell the person, this is my aim. Number 3, courtesy. So some people do, I call it over familiarity, right? So you're trying to do a sale, and then you start all this unnecessary familiarity as if they're your buddies, right? Your customer is your customer. They're not your best friend, okay? The person is your customer. Can everybody type, my customer is not my best friend. My customer is my customer. Now, it doesn't mean that the relationship can grow into becoming good friends. That's very possible. Also, it's important to know that it does not mean that you can't develop that friendship. Nothing is wrong with that. In fact, even if you're trying to sell to your best friend, you need to change your attitude when you are ready to sell to them. Right? So don't carry that my party, and then you're trying to make a sale. Introduce some level of courtesy, And one of the things that helps for courtesy is the 5 magical words like thank you, I'm sorry, please, pardon me or excuse me. Okay? And of course, using sir and ma in your conversation. Everybody wants to be honored. And I don't care whether the client is not even an African, right? Use courteous words in addressing your potential customer or your existing customer. Number 4, considerations, right? Be very considerate. Show that you're considerate. I call it empathy. Be empathetic. So I give you an example. A client wants to buy something from you and say, the last time I put my money into Nigeria, it was 20,000 pounds and I lost everything. Omonile took my property, and all of that. You better show consideration and say, wow, I'm so sorry about that. It is so unfortunate, ma. I pray that God will help you recover. Show consideration. Some people say, hey, ma, yeah, but we are not like that. So can I send you the account number now? Okay? That doesn't show that you are being considerate. So show some empathy, show some concern that, wow, you understood what the person has gone through, right? After showing all of that, now you can get back into the conversation of what's your own. And of course, you can then at some point link it back into, well, that's part of the reason why you should do business with credible companies like ours. Because things like that cannot happen if you are dealing with our company, right? These are what we do to avoid such being happen. But be considerate. Now we have 65 people watching this. I expect this to have gotten to 1,000. Okay? I've told the organizers they shouldn't invite me for any training that doesn't have 1,000 people, particularly when it's free. Because at that point, it means I'm losing money. I make money per hour, and my goal is to make money per hour. So if I'm not going to make money, I better make better impact, isn't it? So it's either I make more impact or I make more money. I can't lose both ways. So share this link and get more people to join us, okay? But is this adding value to you? Are you learning, guys? If you're learning, just type, I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. Okay? If you're learning, type, I'm learning, I'm learning. Okikiola Okindipe is learning. Oh, beautiful. I'm happy that you guys are learning. Number 5, completeness. Okay? Don't give half information. Give the comprehensive information. I'll give a practical example. You are selling a land that is waterlogged, right? Don't wait till the customer gets there and the person discovers that the land is waterlogged before you tell them. Ma, this land has water, but good news, land that have water appreciate faster than lands that don't have water. Look at Banana Island. It was all marshy. Victoria Island, Manhattan, right? London as well. Every great city is beside a massive body of water. Same thing with Paris. Do you see? So I'm able to, and I say this oftentimes, a very good salesperson will be the first to tell the clients the challenges, the likely resentment or challenges that the client or reservation the client will have about the product. He will be the one to educate that, right? That's how you know it's smart. And then he will tell you why it doesn't still matter. But when you meet a very poor salesperson, you know what? He will be hiding it from you. And I tell people that once you then do it that way, when the customer then discover, the customer doesn't trust you anymore, right? And the customer doesn't want to do business with you anymore. I had a customer once who wanted to buy a property from us in Ibejuleki, a house. And as at that time, the house, Ibejuleki, if Dangote refinery wasn't launched, and I knew that the place is not as if a lot of people are living there yet. And this man claimed, who is writing on my screen now, whoever is an admin, please, can you delete, and clean all this write-up with red marker, please. So this particular client then said he wanted 5-bedroom and that he wanted to be living there. I remember saying to him, I said, sir, this place is very far. I would rather advise you to do a 2-bedroom or 3-bedroom because the goal of this is an investment. We're hoping that you buy this and then it's the staff of Dangote Refinery who will be living there, right? You don't have, from what you told me, you don't have any business in Ibejuleki. So to move there is a bit far from the city. Do you know what the guy said? He said, I know. And I still want to buy the 5-bedroom. So typically, the two bedroom, I will make less money. The 3-bedroom, I'll make less money, right? The 5-bedroom, I'll make more money. But I needed to be very complete. I don't want a situation he pays for the 5-bedroom. Later he comes back and say, oh, they lied to me. I thought everybody was already living there. I wanted to live where people are and all of those things. So be complete in your conversation. I tell people that again, all this lying to customers because you are not skillful in the art of selling. Right? It's even that level of transparency that will make the person do more business with you. Number 6, correctness. Be very correct. Whatever you are not sure of, say, kindly give me a minute, let me confirm from my colleague, I'll get back to you. But for you to just go ahead and, because you want to prove that you are the pro, I tell people that requesting permission to confirm does not make you incompetent at selling or at customer service. It shows how skillful and how professional you are. Right? So a very professional person say, that one I'm not too sure, but give me 2 minutes, I'll get back to you. Let me just confirm from my boss. It takes nothing away from you to do that. But it shows your high level professionalism when you do that. Number 7, concreteness. So I see some of you have conversation and you'll be like, I ask some of you this question. So when did the client say he's going to pay? Say, well, sometimes next month. I don't know if you know that's pure nonsense. If you know, type, I know. If you don't know, type, I don't know, so that you can learn today. For you to speak to a customer, and at the end of the conversation, the result was sometimes next month. Right? That is pure lack of concreteness in the conversation. Just pure rubbish. Right? So the first thing is next month. Oh, beautiful, ma. What specific day next month? Oh, let's look at 15th. Oh, you repeat it again. 15th of next month. That is August 15th. Ma, what time is convenient for me to call you? Okay? And confirm whether you've made payment or you have any challenge trying to make payment. What time? So, because even 15th is still not concrete. And I see some people even have that conversation with me. And I think it's because we're in Nigeria where sometimes we're being reasonable. Right? But as some of you know, sometimes I'm not in that mood. You can be fired. For you to give me a report and be vague, okay, you can lose your job. Because you have to be concrete. Right? Sir, I'll give reports. I say, what time? I'll give it on Wednesday. Latest Wednesday. First of all, latest Wednesday is not the point. I will even pick Wednesday. But what time? It has to be specific. What time? What time? So be concrete when it comes to your conversation, your sales conversation. Be very concrete. What dates, what month, what date, what time? And this should go for every conversation. Formal, informal, sales, non-sales, interaction with your boss, non-interaction with your boss. Be a very concrete person. And people love people like that. It increases your reliability. When you can be very concrete, you can be very definite. Okay. Have you learned the 7 C's of effective communication for successful leadership? Yes or no? Come on, talk to me. Vivian, you are distracted. Yes or no? Talk to me. Beautiful. Okay. So let's look at how to build trust, right? So remember, and I want everybody to type this, people only buy from those they know, they like, they trust. Everybody type it. K, right? People only buy from those they what? They know, they like, and they trust. KLT. Everybody type KLT. People only buy from those they know, they like, they trust. So oftentimes, and this is one of the reasons why you must build your brand as a businessman or woman, It's a crime not to be known, because listen, I tell people that people do not buy, this is one of my quotes, people do not buy from the best, they buy from the known best. Let me repeat it again. People do not buy from the best, people buy from the known best, or the perceived, the most known perceived to be best. Okay? And that's the way life works. So I've seen people cry and say, oh, I know I'm better, but nobody's acknowledging me. Well, why not invest in being known? Because people only buy from those they know, they like, they trust. So known, they have to know you first before they can even like you, before they can trust you. And this is why one of the biggest strategy I've always advised for people to build trust is content marketing. Everybody say content marketing. And I'll ask this question. How many of you, okay, how many of you do not trust your lecturer? I mean, I'm talking of your lecturer that is very intelligent. Do not trust him on the course you are studying from the lecturer. This lecturer knows his job very well. How many of you don't trust him? Right? Everybody trusts their lecturer. In fact, particularly if you want to have a good grade, okay? Try not to trust your lecturer. Means you're going to fail that course. And I'm talking regarding the course of study. I'm not talking of other aspects of life. So the same way, when it comes to the subject of sales, people will easily be able to trust you when you are now their teacher, when you are their lecturer, when you are you've positioned yourself as the expert in that industry. So all this come and buy land in Shangotedo, come and buy house is pure nonsense, right? Why not go into 10 advantages of buying an off-plan house? Now you mean business. 10 advantages of buying an off-plan house. 10 advantages or 5 advantages. Why not go into, 5, reasons why you must own a land in Isheri? Okay? Why not share 5 reasons why Ikorodu is the next big land banking destination? Do you see now? Without content marketing, what is happening? Can anybody tell me what's happening to you? When you start dishing out such content, what's happening to you? Who can tell me? Type in the chat box. I need an answer. What starts happening when you start dishing out this type of amazing content, like the ones I've just shared? You are being known. Beautiful. You are being liked, right? And you are being trusted. You see how you've knocked the 3 boxes at the same time. For you to be trusted, you need to know that integrity is very important. You don't just need to have integrity, you need to be perceived to have integrity. Let me repeat it again. For you to be trusted, you don't need to just have integrity, you need to be perceived to have integrity. Number 2, you need to be sincere. Okay? Sincerity is not absence of error or mistake. Sincerity is full disclosure of the errors and the mistakes. Let me repeat it again. Sincerity is not the absence of error and mistakes. Sincerity is full disclosure of the errors and mistakes. You know how many of us have this mindset? Please, let's all put on our video. I don't like people joining my class and their video is not on. I expected Bukola to have started this class and to have, done the introduction and to have also given all these simple updates. When you're joining my class, you put on your video. Okay? You don't join my class and then your video is off. I don't do that. And it's a standard practice, even if you have studied with Harvard University before, you know that's a standard practice, right? You will probably not get your mark if your video is not on, if you're doing a Harvard course. So very important to put on your video, please. and it helps us to study. By the way, as I'm teaching, I'm checking all of you in case you don't know. Okay, I'm checking all of you one by one. So everybody has 3 minutes to put on their video. Admin, anyone whose video is not on, kindly remove them from this particular class. Sincerity is not the absence of error. It is what? It's full disclosure. Oh, we made this mistake. Oh, there was this. And I've had you realize that people empathize with such people. Many people are not able to sell. You know why? You are not vulnerable, particularly emotionally. You want to prove that you are better than, you are perfect. You don't have any mistake. You will not sell. How many of you have noticed people like that? I've even in the real estate industry. How many of you have noticed that some of the companies that sell the most have biggest problem the most? If you notice, just type I notice. Some of the companies that I was checking our record today, and by the way, I'm reading the Riot Act. When I was checking the record, I was a bit pissed off. GText Homes in 8 years has less than 1,000 clients in Nigerian real estate. In 8 years, GText Homes has less than 1,000 clients. That's not acceptable. The next competitor, please mute yourself. Nobody join here with their audios unmuted. Mute your audio, please. The next closest competitor that is as big as we are have at least 3,000 customers in Nigeria alone. We have less than 1,000, right? So that's not acceptable, really. However, here is the conversation I'm going. I know some of them who have 25,000 clients, 20,000 clients, 50,000 clients. Okay? What is that telling you and I? Can anybody tell me what does that tell you and I? It means that the companies that often have issues, because you and I know, even let's assume those companies are perfect, isn't it? Let's even assume they are perfect, no error. How many of you agree with me that you cannot have 25,000 clients and you will not have at least 200 that are angry with you? It's just the law of average. If you agree, type I agree. Because the more the number of customers you have, the more your issue. It happened to GT Bank. When GT Bank was still small, who remembers? We all love GT Bank. They were the perfect bank. Okay? As GT Bank became a very big company, we all are, a lot of us are pissed off with GT Bank. I'm one of them. So naturally, forget even whether they have their own issues or not. By even having so many customers, you will start having issues. That's normal. In fact, that's like welcome to, being big. It's called big man problem. Big man, big wahala. But it's funny how it means that these other companies are selling more. So GText that is checking everything, being perfect. Oh, we must have enough product. We must make sure we're doing start allocation. We must make sure we do, and then having all the analysis. What happened? We're not even selling as much as these other companies that everybody's always shouting their name. Oh, they've not allocated in 10 years. Oh, I paid them my money. I have a problem with them. Oh, I have this. Oh, but more people keep buying. So what am I trying to say out of that? If you are vulnerable, in many cases, you will sell more, right? If you are open, yes, we have this mistake. We're working on it. Yes, we have this challenge. We'll get better. Yes, we have this issue. We look into it, right? Be vulnerable. Everybody type be vulnerable. Come on, everybody type it. Be vulnerable. Come on, I'm waiting for all of you. Be vulnerable. If you're going to be a great salesman, and if you're even going to endanger trust, you have to be vulnerable. Because like I've always said, trust is not even the absence of error as well. Trust is communicating it. Integrity is not the absence of error or mistakes or challenges. Integrity is communicating it. Oh, we're sorry. We made this mistake. Oh, we didn't get this right. Reliability. Be reliable. Now, I want to ask this question. How can any salesperson be reliable? Remember, as an agent, as a property agent, you don't have control. You are not the developer. Remember, you are just selling for a company. So how can you be reliable? Can anybody tell me? How can you become a reliable property agent? So Luatobi says always communicate. Samuel says finance and account department, full represent. Stick to your promise. You're not God. You can't keep to your promise now. Okay? You can't keep to your promise. You're not God. Look at what's happening right now. Fuel, the same fuel that we all, were just trying to get used to 500 and something. Now it's 600 and something. A dollar that we're getting used to 750 is now 800 and something. Right? So in business, there's so many things you don't have control over. And like I said, as a property developer, you are not even the developer. So the developer can tell you, we'll deliver the house in 3 years, and then they deliver in 6 years. Okay? And they deliver in 6 years. What can you do? Musurat says, update your customers on developments. Beautiful. That's a good one. Kenneth says, how does vulnerability make you a great salesperson? Won't people rip you off? Vulnerability just means that you are being open, you are being transparent, you face the fact that these are the challenges that occur. So, for example, I want to sell a house in Nigeria. I should be vulnerable enough to be honest about the challenges of the housing industry in Nigeria. How, the prices keep going up. People had agreed with the developer that they were going to pay, let's say, 50 million for a 3-bedroom 3 years ago. Developer asked them to pay another 30 million. I have to be vulnerable with the customer on that to avoid a situation where the customer puts their mind that, okay, you know what, 50 million is what we agreed from the beginning. I see 50 million, I will pay to the end. So you have to be vulnerable enough to say, honestly, the developer has said we will pay 50 million for this property, but from experience and with what's going on right now, most of the building materials is imported, is purchased in dollar, and because of the inconsistency in dollar, naira, and how it keeps going up and going down, there is no guarantee that the developer will not increase this money at some point. But here's the thing. This is a very trusted developer. They're not going to rip you off. They will not take advantage of that and just be unreasonable. You see how you handle such a situation? Oluwatobi Jinodu, your video is not on. And some people I have multiple Oluwatobi Jinodu, and their videos are not on. Can admin remove them? Juliet, Abiola, Ololade Onodeko, why are you using Jessica's picture? David Info, Ime Bassi, Samuel Adewale, Damilario, Oluwakemi Adebisi. These are people, get them off my live show, please. The videos are not on. Okay. Are you learning, guys? If you're learning, type, I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. Come on, talk to me. If you're learning, type, I'm learning, I'm learning, I'm learning. Number 4, under trust, consistency. So reliability, one of the ways to be reliable is to be open, is to be transparent. Many of you got it when I asked you the question. Be open, be transparent, and also manage people's expectations. That's how to be reliable. They said they will do allocation in 2 weeks, but let's give it 6 weeks. You see how you are reliable now? The company said 12 months after we finish, they will give us the key to the house. But most developers are not always keeping to their word. So let's put our mind to 24 months. But I know these ones are very trustworthy, right? Our chairman has said he will deliver on time. I'm very sure before 12 months, but let's just put our mind. You see how you are becoming reliable now? Even by saying that, the client is happy, even though you'll be thinking, they won't want to buy. No, sir, this person is a reliable person. See the way he's managing my expectations. Some people will be lying. I posted something and I said we have vision 2035. And that by the year 2035, we will deliver 25,000 houses. Do you know what somebody posted on my page? He said, thank God, though, at least this one, they are very honest. He said, some other company, they will tell you they will give you the house in 2 years. 5 years later, you not get it. This is what we're talking about, being reliable now. By just even giving a longer deadline. I mean, you see, somebody else will be thinking, no, if I tell them vision 2035, they will not buy. No. Right? We buy property in Dubai that 7 years later is when they will give us. But they manage your expectations. Right? Next is commitment. Consistency. So all these agency that you are doing, today you are selling GText homes, tomorrow you are selling this Kiniko homes, Kurimo Gunjia homes, Canada homes, Cameroon home, Ghana homes. You are confusing your customers. Be consistent. Look for 1 or 2 credible companies and sell for. Right? You are confusing your customers and you are telling them you cannot be relied upon when they see you sell for every Dick and Harry. Right? So you want to be trusted, be exclusive, be unique, do not do for everybody, be rare. Oh, I don't sell for everyone, but good news, I can link you with my colleague that sells for this other company. But me, I am an exclusive salesperson for GText Homes. Now, even if the person doesn't buy from you, he's putting at the back of his mind that this person I can trust. This person I'll still do business with. I know how many people reach out to me and say, Dr. Steven, I may not be able to afford your company now, but I have vowed that one day I will. Because you are honest, you don't do all this cheap, property that at the end of the day is wahala. Okay, so be consistent, show commitment, right? I came for this training. I don't need to be in this training, but as a leader, I wanted to show commitment, that I'm committed to those of you who have decided to sell for our company. I'm committed. Great leaders that will be trusted must show commitment. As a leader, you must be there. You must be seen. You must be visible. Right? People want to see your commitment. So all this, you are selling property, you've not been there. That's nonsense now. You are selling a land, you've never been to the land yourself. Okay? And then you claim you are selling the land. That's not fair. And you're telling people to come and put their money. Be committed. Right? Go to the land. Do video on the land. Take some picture. Okay, take some picture. I've seen so many property agents in Nigeria claim that they were arrested. Okay, because they're whoever they sold for. But in reality, sometimes because you didn't go to the land you are selling, you didn't see the land you're selling. Okay, it's important to be there and to go there and to have some video clips, of the property you sell. Lastly, competence. Be good at what you sell. On the product knowledge is very critical. But beyond product knowledge, know the benefit of what you are selling to people. Shouldn't just be about your commission. Okay, I understand the value. Know stories. Today, when I meet customers and they are doing, I'm not sure I want to buy from you. I say, look, show me how many companies in Nigeria started selling a land for 1.5 million 3 years ago and is now going for 30 million. Show me a company that is selling a land that was selling for 6 million and now is going for 40, 50 million in Ibejuleke, Jasper Estate, right? And it's not just that the land appreciated when it's still bush. They fenced the land round. They started building their own houses there, right? So know these stories, know data. Know what you are selling. Get the product knowledge. Beyond that specific product, know the entire area. Know the history of the area, where it used to be, what is coming in the future, right? You're doing land banking, you must study the land, understand how land appreciates generally, globally. You must be able to compare property markets in Nigeria to the UK, to the US, to Canada, to Dubai. You have to compare. Else you even know how to communicate with your customer. So today now people tell me, Dr. Stephen, which market gives you the best return on investment? And I will say, no, it depends on what you're looking for. UK is for old money. If you want your money to endure, you've made good money and you're not after making quick profit, right? But you don't want your money to ever disappear or go down. Then you go for UK. Because even during 2008 crisis, UK real estate still endure when the US real estate market was going up and down, messing up, right? If you want to make highest profits, come to Nigeria. Because in Nigeria that you get 200 to 500% return on investment in a matter of 2-3 years, right? If you want good rental income, right? Good rental income. What happened? Go to what? Dubai. Do you see how I'm breaking down the various markets now? But if you don't understand, you are not competent. You now start doing, someone will even be telling you, hey, you want me to buy property in Nigeria? Don't you see Naira versus dollar crumbling? I'd rather put my money in America, okay? And you cannot even break it down to them to show them how property keeps appreciating the same way Naira is falling. Okay? Because real estate has always been an edge against inflation. So you must be competent enough to even know all this data, to know these facts and be able to communicate it to your customer. Wow. Is this impactful or not? Come on, talk to me now. Don't look at me. Is it impactful or not? I need your feedback.
It's impactful.
Thank you. That sounds like
Awesome. That is amazing, sir.
Very impactful, sir.
Impactful, sir.
Getting
Thank
massive
you, sir.
value, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for the value, doctor. Awesome.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Very
inspiring,
doctor.
Thank you very much, sir.
I sincerely appreciate it.
All of you had wanted to talk. Please, let's meet ourselves. Overcoming sales objection. So, basic rules. So, I get this often, sir, I wanted to sell, but before you know it, the person started giving me objection. Reasons why they're not going to buy. Now, the first thing is to listen. Everybody type listen. You need to really listen. And when I say listen, you need to listen beyond what they are saying. Okay? You need to really, really listen beyond what they are saying. So I give you an example. I was promoting our property one day, and a gentleman just replied. I said, all of you, please, let's all mute our audio. And the guy said, this is how you people will be shouting, come and buy property, come and buy property. In Nigeria, that's how I was scammed of $20,000. Right? This was like 5 years ago. My next reply was, who scammed you $20,000? I'm personally ready, right, to show you how you can retrieve your money back. Everybody should listen to this story. By the time I was done with that statement, the guy said, thank you, my brother. In actual fact, it wasn't the developer or the seller of the land. The land was actually genuine. He bought 6 plots in Ikorodu, but my father was the one I used. And each time my father asked me for money, and I told him I don't have it, he goes and sells 1 plot. And that's how my father sold the entire 6 plots. Now, do you see why you need to listen well and further ask more questions? Now, at the end of the day, I said to him, but obviously, that's not any seller's fault or developer's fault. That's your fault for doing real estate with family, right? One of the things GText does is that you don't need a third party in the transaction. Anywhere in the world you are, we'll send your document to you. So there's no family member that will have the original document and go and be selling in your absence. And people say, wow, do you see? But if you don't listen, or you're even scared when the person say, that's how they scam me, you people, you don't come. And you're just scared that, this person already has a bad experience. Let me not even go have conversation. This is how you have lose a very good customer. A customer whose case study itself will have helped you to develop something tangible you can be sharing with other people. So listen very well, listen deep, not just what they are saying, to even what they are not saying, to their deep intentions, to their, conscious concerns. Listen well. Avoid backfire effects. Do not lie. Do not sweeten things. Do not get into all that, making the whole thing juicy just so that they can buy. And at the end of the day, it all backfire. Confirm their concerns. Confirm their questions. So someone is saying that I'm not interested because the dollar versus naira crisis. So, and then you have to re-echo it back to them. Sir, so if I get you well, you do not want to buy this property because you are afraid if you buy it now for, let's say, $40,000 and the exchange rate is $7.50 to $1. Okay, in the next 6 months, we can be $8.50 to $1. Is that the concern? You see, now you repeat it back to them. Sometimes you realize the person will change it and say, that's not really the concern. Are you seeing the point now? That maybe she saw another property in the US and he's looking at it that if he buys that property in the US compared to the one in Nigeria, blah, 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 blah. So you need to confirm, then you need to clarify again, right? And then be serious in the conversation. So don't sound mockery, like you're mocking them. For example, someone say, I can't afford it. And say, so it's not for people like you. Okay, that's mockery. Okay, be serious with your, conversation when people have objections. So let's look at common sales objection. Your product is too complicated. What should be your rebuffer? What features are confusing to you? You see how you reply the person? What features are, some people will just end the conversation as soon as the client says your product is too complicated, and you may just be letting go a good customer, right? What features are you confused about? Remember, our customer service will be available to help you. You see how you twist the conversation. I was chatting with somebody, I wanted to buy a property in Dubai, and the person was saying to me, gave me a budget and is above my budget. And I said, well, this amount is too much. It's not in my budget. You know what the person said? He said, can I get you another property just opposite Burj Khalifa or opposite this particular place or opposite this particular location, right? Or opposite this particular location in London. But the person is looking for an alternative for me, right? That's how you want to. So someone says your product is too expensive. But we have Ikorodu, right? But we have this other axis. But we have a new estate that is about to be launched. Usually when we're launching estate is more than 50% below the actual price. So you want to take advantage of that. So you can always handle any sales rejection. Please go to GText and Associates on YouTube. There's a full training on handling rejection. Okay, I'm not going to take this, but let me just give you a few. How many of you have enjoyed this class so far? If you've enjoyed it, type I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I'll just give few tips on negotiation and I'm out of your face. But if you have enjoyed it, just type I've enjoyed it. Beautiful. Okay, I'm happy to know you've all enjoyed it. Larry, Kenneth, all of you. Thank you for enjoying Martha. Toby, Casey, thank you, all of you. So, negotiation. It's very important to know that there is no right or wrong answers to any issue. And it's important to even know and be prepared for clients to negotiate products and services. Let me share this story with you. And this is very important. I years ago, when I just started selling real estate, the company I was selling a property for 1 million naira. So they had a new promo for 500,000. So here I go calling my client and say, of course I told the client when the product was 1 million and the client said it was too expensive. Okay. And that our budget was like 500. So now there's a 50% discount. I called the client. Good news. Our management is giving discount. You can pay 500,000. You know what the client said? Say, can they do 400? Like, what's going on here? But years later, I realized the mistake I made. Never give clients first the promo price. Let me say that again. Never give a customer first the promo price. So, for example, there's a promo, the property is, let's say, again, 1 million naira. There's now a discount and it's now 500,000. Don't ever call customer and say, good news, it's now 500. No. Call the customer and say, hello, ma, how are you today? That our property that is 1 million naira. I might be able to get you some discount. I won't promise. Remember, the management said it's 500. I won't promise the 500 you asked for, but I'm glad to let you know I can get the management to give you some discount. But here's what I need you to do for me. Now, I'm saying this even if the management does not have this. Kindly send a mail, copy me, and this is our boss, our company email, right? Stating how much discount you want. I will advise to maybe raise it higher than the 500, but fine, if this is still the 500 you can do, state your 500, right? And I will also push that email to management and see the best deal I can get for you, right? Now, if you are the customer, how will you feel? Few hours later, a mail comes out and say, congratulations, you've been accepted to pay 500,000, but you have 24 hours to pay. How will you feel as a customer? Even if it's you, type your how you feel, type it in the chat box. You feel better now. Because you need to know this. The customer does not feel, and hear this very well, they've had a good negotiation until they feel they cheated you. Can I say that again? The customers do not feel that you have done them well until they feel they cheated you. Right? So if you don't create, are we together now? A situation where, this is normal price, right? But after all this back and forth, you have eventually succeeded in cheating me. Something has been done for you. Okay? The customer feel better. The customer is ready to pay. But if you go, and I've seen even those who work with us doing the mistake. We're doing a promo, they will now call the customer, ma, hello ma, we're selling this land. It's now 2 million instead of, don't even, it's now 2 million. Some will even start the conversation by saying, when the customer is calling them, I want to buy your property in Ikorodu, and the first thing they will say is that the price is 2 million. When you know that the actual price is maybe 5 million. So your conversation is supposed to start, because it's a psychological thinking. And I'm sure Mr. Barry will tell you more about this. So the conversation is supposed to start with the actual price of this property is 5 million. However, ma, let me ask you a few questions that can help for you to get some discount. Number one, are you ready to pay today? Because if I even help you secure a discount, I don't know how much I will secure for you. But if I help you secure a discount, I am not certain that it will go beyond today. And by the way, those of you who know me, that's my rule anyway. So I'm going to give you discount, you must pay immediately. And that's another training for another day. If you go to my YouTube channel, Dr. S. Akintayo, I think I've taught the reason for that. It's a psychological mindset with people. You and them are negotiating right now. They're ready to pay the money. If you don't make them pay immediately, the life will hit them. How many of you have had a situation whereby you've agreed with a customer, the customer only told you they will pay next week, only to reach back to them next week, they said they lost their uncle or they lost their in-law and they are going for burial. Who knows what I'm talking about? There goes your transaction. So I don't do those things. You want discount from me, I can get you that, but you must be willing to pay immediately the discount is given to you. So I want to even confirm that before I even tell them what discount I can get, before I confirm what is available, I am going straight to say, confirm you are ready to make payment today. Some of them will say, no, I'm not ready until 1 month later. I say, 1 month later when you are ready, let's talk. I will see what discounts are available that time. Because if we agree on something now, are we together now? Anything could have happened between now and what? And next month. Do you see how smart salespeople sell and negotiate as well? Okay? So that next month when you have the money, come back. Then I can tell you the offer available. And if you confirm you are ready to pay and you have the funds, but you need to know what discounts are available, I will then tell you, what discount do you want? It's not even what I want. No, I want this. Okay, man. Send, I'm not sure this is possible, but send a mail, right? To this email, in GText case, is info@gtexthomes.com, right? Copy me. And then I will also push for my end with management. Let's see what we get. That is how a salesperson does. Wow. Who is ready to sell now? I don't know if you are ready to sell with all this quality information you know now. Beautiful. So, if you are not yet a member of GText and Associates, there are 8 steps to join us. Visit www.gtextandassociates.com, right? Visit our WhatsApp group. Make sure you join the group. Get all the flyers, all the links. Open the broadcast list. Start posting yourself too, all our flyers, all our products across platforms, right? Follow and engage on social media, right? And of course, hopefully you start getting people to do business with you. And that is how it works. The CEO of GText and Associates, her name is Ms. Bukola Lukon, and she's going to be available to support you guys. She has our staff and our team who work with her as well. And they're available to help you start this journey of real estate and building wealth for yourself. I have to leave you because I have another training by 6 p.m. It's the pre-real estate investment masterclass UK. I'm going to be sharing how to build a multi-million property portfolio in the UK. So this is more for those who are in the UK or are not in the UK but are interested in investing in the UK. All of you are jackpot into UK now. So if you are, you want to know how to jackpot well and have good real estate asset. While on Saturday morning, we have the real estate masterclass here in London starting 11 a.m. The £1,000 cover your meal ticket, covers your materials, bonus that you're going to be getting. You'll be learning rent-to-rent real estate. You'll be learning how to use OPM and OPT to grow your real estate business. You'll be learning buy-to-rent. You'll be learning auction, deal sourcing, and amazing different options you can start the real estate business here in the UK. But of course, the same model can be replicated in Dubai, in the US as well. But it's more for the Western world, Canada, US, how to grow real estate in those sectors. So for those of you who are interested in that class, make sure you go register now for the pre-class. The website for the pre-class is steveactel.com/RIMUK. Can somebody help me post it here? So if you're in UK or having to do UK or Canada or US or Dubai, you want to be part of that class. Okay, it's £1,000, but if you're paying today, you get £500 discount. And then, of course, if you're coming for that, you can attend also the pre-class event that is starting by 6 p.m. That one is free. Just go to www.steveactel.com/pre-RIMUK. Pre-RIMUK. So in this class today, I'll be showing you what you're going to be enjoying in the class. I'm done. Thank you for having me. I appreciate the GText and Associates team. God bless you all. Have a great day ahead.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you for your time, sir. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Stephen, I got value. I got value.
More grace, more height, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
More sales to everyone.
All right.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. And okay, so Mr. Barry,
Yes.
is your network better now? Can we have the for the minute? Okay.
The network is not clear. We can't hear you clearly. The network is cracking. Hello? No, it's not clear. It's not clear. It's cracking. Okay, it's getting better now. It's getting better. It's cracking. It's cracking.
What do we do?
The network is cracking, seriously.
The network is not clear.
Wow.
Okay, go ahead. It's clear now.
It's getting better. Yeah. So maybe you log out and join again.
The network is bad.
Maybe you can just cut the cord and join again.
Let me put my video off and see if that will help. Is it better now?
Yes, sir, it's better now.
Okay, I think I will just put up my video for now. Can you please give me hosting rights so I can share my screen? Yeah, hosting rights so I can share my screen. Thank you. Okay, before we get the hosting rights on, thank you.
I share your screen, sir, Mr. Barry.
Yes, thank you. Okay, I will share the screens. Okay. I'm glad that using your emotions to connect with your
network is
it's still not clear. Maybe you cut the cord and join again.
Please, can you kindly exit the call? Exit the meeting. Come back.
The call.
Finally, please.
Okay, hello. Sorry for the network interruption. So while we wait for Mr. Barry, we'll just do a recap. I'm going to be sharing 2 links with us. Remember when the chairman was talking about handling sales rejection, he actually mentioned that we're going to get it on YouTube, on text accounts, pages on YouTube. So for those of us who are in the G&A, the GText and Associates WhatsApp group, the links to that YouTube, to those 2 YouTube videos shared after this. So you just
Thank you so much. I've been looking for it.
Please, let one
Thank you
person
so much.
let only one person talk. Others should mute. Mute everyone. Everyone should
Okay, Mr.
mute.
Barry.
Can everyone mute themselves? So one person, we should have one person talking,
Hello,
please.
everyone. Hello. Okay. I'm going to be sharing the 2 links to that video so we can watch and learn from how to handle sales rejection, then give feedback on it. So if you're not in the G&A group, the first thing you want right now is for you to go to GText and Associates.com/register to register as a G&A member. So when you get to that place where you have to fill in who referred you, you just put the name of the person that invited you to this meeting. So the main thing we just want to brief us about now is on the incentives and commissions that are available for being a G&A member. That is the GText and Associates member. So for you to be a G&A member, like I explained earlier, we have subsidiaries under the GText and Associates, which you can sell for. We have the GText land, and the mission and vision of the GText land is, as a mission, we are to have 5,000 luxury service plots by 2035. 5,000 luxury service plots. Right now in Nigeria, we have our lands available in 20 different locations, and we have 11 that are all for sale now. The vision of GText land is to be the largest developer of green and smart estates. Please, IT, kindly make me co-host, please.
Yes.
Hello. 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 Okay. I want to find a way to schedule this program for tomorrow afternoon. Is that workable?
Hello, Mr. Barry. Can you hear me?
Yes. Yes.
I think we'll have to take your section tomorrow.
Oh,
I don't, because it's time. And the network
Okay.
is not that.
Okay, that'll be fine. Tomorrow will be fine then. All right. Thank you. I apologize for the failure.
So making the section tomorrow for you.
All right, that's right. Thank you so much. Okay.
All right, so what I'm just round up the meeting. So for we that were GText and Associates, for those of us that are under the GText, if you know you haven't registered to be a GText and Associates member, you just make use of the link right there, or you chat the GText and Associates number, official number up for a link to register. So I'm going to be dropping the link. Then upon registration, you are going to be getting access to the brochure where you get more information of what it stands to benefit the subsidiaries that are under GText, which are the GText Land, the GVES, the GText Owns, and the Civil Lifestyle Consulting. Then mainly about the commissions, like we said, like I explained earlier, for you to earn by the side, if you are selling the GText Land, you'll be getting, I think, let me just share my screen so we can all see this briefly. Let me know if you can see my screen. Okay, good. I want to believe you all can see my screen. Okay, so if you sell for GText Land, you're getting 10% direct. Then when you ask someone, the person that actually registered, you'll be getting 2%, and the person that registered, that person that registered you, that's the second leg, will get 1%. For GText Home, you get 5% direct, then 1% for the person that registered, then 0.5% for that person that registered, who registered you. Then for GVES, you'll be getting 2% direct, then 0.5% for the first person, the main person that registered you, then 0.5 also for the person that registered, who registered you. Then for Civil Lifestyle Consulting, Civil Lifestyle Consulting is the arm that deals with mentorship, coaching, training for real estate practitioners, for CCUs, for CEOs, C-suite executives, for investors and the high network, and even the basic real estate consultants. We have trainings, we have programs for them. You can as well start by just keying into Stephen Akintayo University. Stephen Akintayo University presently is just $97 per month. You understand? So if you make sales, you get somebody on board into any of the products of Stephen Akintayo Consulting, you get 5% direct for the sales you make as the commission. Then who registered, you get 2%, and for the person that registered, who registered, you get 1%. So you can also become a member today. You can either join the gold membership or the platinum membership, or you can just become a member under the diamond membership. So there are many things, there are many benefits to get from, many benefits to get from being a member of the GText and Associates. So for the gold membership, they ask for 50,000 naira, but discount price is 25,000 naira. The platinum is going for 100,000, the discount price is 50,000, and the diamond is going for 1 million, the discount price is going for 500,000. However, for now, we are leaving it free for you to come and see what it's all about and what it stands to benefit. Do you understand? So once it is launched, once it is launched, they are going to, we'll be launching soon. And for those of us who make the decision to join now, that is where this discount price is only valid for. Do you understand? Because the price is going back to the actual price. So for those of us who make the decision to join now, within this month, we are going to be getting it at that discounted price. But for those of us who haven't decided now, then just know that it might be coming at that actual price. So you just have to click on the link there or chat the GText and Associates official number to join in. So if you have anybody that has questions, this is questions. I want to round up this meeting by 6 p.m. So if you have anybody that has questions, please unmute yourself and ask your question. Questions, please. Okay, so in the absence of no questions, for those, okay, just make use of the chat box. If you have any questions, please type in the chat box. Let's get your questions from the chat box. Okay, someone is asking if you can get the recording of today's session. All right. So for those of us that have already joined the G&A group that for now, we are going to if you want to there is positive and that will do to your question to get that recording. Okay, so the link to join, I typed that earlier. Right. Okay, so we have a GCOO, yes, that's our general